student, in this session we will discuss subtopic 2.4 from unit number 2, that is use of operating system tools. We will focus on the course outcome, that is use operating system tools to perform various functions. To attain this particular CO, we have the learning outcome LO3, work with multiple Linux terminals and basic commands. To do this, in unit number 2, that is services and components of operating system, we already discussed different services of operating system calls, operating system components, and now in this session we will discuss the use of operating system tools, that is the user management, security policy, device management, performance management, and the task scheduler. First, we will deal with the user management. As an administrator, it is the job to create and manage the accounts for all users. To do this, we have the command line tools for managing the users and group. The first one is the add user command. This particular command is used to add new user along with authentication. We can add any user account with the help of sudo command. This particular command allows the administrative user to execute a command as a super user. So here is the command sudo add user t. Now this particular command is used to create a user named as t in the directory. Once the user is created, we can check the user account is created or not using the ls/home command. So here is the example. Here the sudo add user t, with this command the user has been created. Once the user is created, here we have to add the new password for the user, and also we have to retype the password over here. Once the password is entered, the password updated successfully, this message come up over here. Changing some sort of user information we have to add over here, that is the name of user and some more details. So here I have added the T, that is name of student, and rest of the fields I kept blank. Once the information is added, it asks us to press yes or no, that is whether the information is correct or not. Once Y is pressed, the user named as T is created, and with the help of ls/home command, we can check that the T user has been created. Another command related to the user management is user mode command. This particular command enables the super user or root user to modify the settings of other user accounts. The various modification we can do is as changing the password or emptying the password of the user, or we can disable the user account at some specified date. Here is the example. Say we want to disable the account of user T on 5th of November 2020. We have the command sudo usermod -e 2020-11-5 and T. Here -e, it is used to denote the expiry date of the user. So here the example is sudo usermod -e 2020-11-5 T. So with this, the T user will get disabled on 5th of November 2020. Another user management command is userdel command. This particular command is used to delete a user account permanently. To do this, we have the command sudo userdel -r and cup. So cup is the user which we are going to delete, and -r denotes that the user we are going to remove along with his home directory. To check whether the user account is deleted or not, Again, we can use the ls/home command, with the help of which we can see whether the user is deleted or not. So here we have the user named as cup. Now once we enter the command sudo userdale-r cup, the user named as cup is deleted, and with the ls/home, when we check out whether the user is deleted or not, we can see that the cup, this particular user, has been deleted over here. Another command related to user management is su command. It stands for switch user. This particular command is used for switching from current user to another user. The command used is su-t. Now, once this command is return onto the $prompt SUT, it will ask us to enter the password for the T user. Once the password is added, we will switch from the poly, this particular user, to T user. Finally, if we want to log out from the current user, the command logout is used, and somewhere in some cases we have to write exit onto the $prompt so that we can come back to the previous user. Now another operating system related tool is security policy. Now this particular tool, it includes a statement of what is being secured. The various best practices for securing the Linux operating system are: the first is keep system updated. This particular thing can be used with the YARM utility. Now YARM is the utility which is used to keep system up to date. It also used to install and update the software packages. In Red Hat and Fedora, we use the YARM utility, whereas in Ubuntu and Mint, we use the apt-get utility. Some of the examples are YARM install tcsh. This particular command will install the package named as tcsh. YARM remove tcsh. This particular command will remove the tcsh package. YARM update. This particular command is used to update all the installed packages. YARM check update. This particular command is used to list packages installed onto the local system. Another security related issue is deactivate the networking port. This particular can be done with the netstat command, which will print information about the Linux networking subsystem. By default, it displays a list of open socket and ports. chkconfig command, it is used for adding and removing the services from system. That is, it disables all unwanted network services from the system. Continued with some of additional best practices related to security policy are: users should not share their password. Another one is use strong password policy. To do this, changing the password frequently is necessary. Also, use of combination of uppercase letter, lowercase letter, or mixture of letters and numbers and symbols is required, so that it will be more safer. Then another security related issue is use secure SSH, that is open SSH. Open SSH is a secured network connectivity tool. Another is use SFTP, that is the secure file transfer protocol. This is used to copy the files to and from a remote system. It encrypts all data, credentials, and files. Another security best practice is enable the IP tables, that is the firewall. It is highly recommended to enable the Linux firewall to secure the unauthorized access to the server. Doing this, we have to apply rules in IP tables. We can filter incoming, outgoing, and forwarding packages. Also, all connections between a company and the outside must have port scan run every 6 months. Finally, take backup regularly to avoid the loss of data due to any kind of system related problems. So this is all about the two operating system tools we discuss in this particular session, that is the user management and the security policy. In the user management, we discuss add user command, which is used to create new user mode command, which is used to modify the userdel command, which is used to delete the user, and SEO command, which is used to switch from current user to another user. Also, security related policy we discuss is the YAM utility, which is used to keep system up to date, netstat utility, which prints information about the Linux networking subsystem, and chkey config system command, which disables all the unwanted network services from the system. In the next session, we will discuss rest of the operating system tools, that is device management, performance monitor, and the task scheduler. Thank you.